Did you know there's a simple food in your kitchen that can restore leg strength in just 12 hours? Not pills, not complicated gym routines, but a familiar food scientifically proven to wake up weakened leg muscles, helping you stand strong and move confidently again. Stay until the end to discover exactly how to apply this simple method to your daily life. If I told you that one of the most effective ways to recover leg strength, especially when you're feeling slower, weaker, and more fatigued, doesn't come from the gym or a pill, but from your very own kitchen. Recent research has demonstrated that a single food, when consumed at the right time and in the right combination, can begin to revitalize neuromuscular performance within just 12 hours. A startling finding published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2023 revealed people over 50 who consumed a specific nutrient-rich food in the evening showed measurable improvements in muscle protein synthesis and mitochondrial activity by the very next morning. These are the biological engines responsible for energy, recovery, and strength, particularly in your legs, often the first to show signs of decline as we age. This isn't merely about mobility or aesthetics, it's about something far more fundamental: your independence, self-confidence, and sustained capacity. When leg strength disappears, everything shifts. Climbing stairs becomes more challenging. Balance gets disrupted. Energy levels drop. And many attribute this to normal aging. But here's the reality. The primary factor in muscle decline isn't age. It's chronic undernourishment at the cellular level, low-grade inflammation, and improperly aligned circadian rhythms. In other words, it's not your calendar age, it's your biology. What you eat, when you eat it, and how it interacts with your nervous system and muscles matters tremendously. The science behind muscle recovery. In today's episode, we're exploring the neurobiology and physiology behind a readily available food that can dramatically improve leg function, especially when used strategically. You'll learn the food composition that supercharges neuromuscular repair overnight, how this diet restores mitochondrial efficiency, the energy producers in your muscles, the role amino acid signaling plays in recovering muscle density, how your circadian clock influences this food's effectiveness, when to consume it for maximum impact, a step-by-step protocol you can begin immediately. This isn't a gimmick, it's science. And remember, with the right tools, your body can recover much faster than you might believe. Let's dive in. For decades, we believed atrophy was the primary cause of muscle loss with aging, the contraction of muscle fibers due to inactivity or declining hormone levels. Neuroscience, however, is painting a different picture, one that's much more optimistic and actionable. Neuromuscular connection and aging. Here's what researchers are discovering. You may think you've lost significant muscle, but in reality, it's just disconnected. The research shows that motor neurons connecting your brain and spinal cord to your muscles, especially those in your legs, begin to deteriorate or lose their effectiveness as early as your 40s. This disconnect reduces electrical signaling volume. In other words, muscles don't receive the full command to contract. They exist, but they're not doing anything. Adults experiencing declining leg strength still have the structural potential for muscle activity. According to groundbreaking research from the University of Calgary, the issue was neuromuscular signal transmission. The muscle wasn't dead, it was just dormant. And this means it can be brought back online. Have you ever felt unsteady rising from a chair for no apparent reason? Do your legs tire more quickly than they used to, even though you haven't changed your routine? That's not just normal aging. It's a breakdown in neuronal connectivity. And the good news is there's a solution to fix it. The role of the spinal cord in muscle function. The spinal cord plays a crucial role here. Beyond functioning as a relay station for movement commands, it depends on continuous nutrient-driven support to maintain data integrity. Think of your leg muscles as skilled workers, and your nervous system as the foreman giving commands through a megaphone. If the megaphone's battery is low, performance suffers. But recharge that battery, and the crew can quickly resume their work. One of the fastest ways to accomplish this is by providing the neuromuscular junction, where your nerves and muscles connect, with essential nutrients that restore signaling efficiency. Certain amino acids, B vitamins, and acetylcholine precursors can significantly improve this connection within hours. The food we're focusing on provides exactly this. This food is not only rich in protein, but contains the specific nutrients your nervous system needs to regenerate communication. This means you're not just nourishing your muscles, you're reactivating them. Practically speaking, before worrying about gaining more muscle, determine whether your nervous system is actually utilizing the muscle you already have. With leg weakness, signal quality often matters more than muscle quantity. The importance of leucine in muscle activation. Let's dive deeper into the amino acid leucine, one of the most critical nutrients for reactivating this system, and how it functions as a molecular on switch for strength. But first, if this new perspective is helping you see your body in a fresh light, consider subscribing. This channel is dedicated to transforming scientific knowledge into power. After you finish eating, there's a brief window where your body starts looking for signals, not just calories, but molecular cues instructing what to do next. And leucine is one of the most potent signals it searches for. Leucine is an essential amino acid, meaning your body can't produce it. You must obtain it from food, but its importance extends far beyond basic nutrition. In scientific circles, leucine is known as an anabolic trigger. It signals your cells that it's time to grow. Research shows leucine directly activates a cellular pathway called mTOR, mammalian target of rapamycin. This pathway functions as a control tower regulating muscle protein synthesis. Think of mTOR as the internal switch activating your body's ability to build or repair muscle tissue, with leucine being the finger that flips that switch. The role of mTOR in muscle synthesis. In a study published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2011, researchers demonstrated that a single leucine-rich meal could significantly enhance mTOR activity and stimulate muscle protein synthesis, even in older adults. This is crucial because our muscles become more resistant to anabolic signals as we age. But leucine can combat this resistance. It's one of the few nutrients shown to have this effect within hours. Have you ever felt leg fatigue or weakness despite eating a protein-heavy meal? The issue might not be protein quantity, but leucine quality and timing. Many older adults inadvertently consume just enough protein to prevent muscle breakdown, but not enough leucine to stimulate muscle growth. This is why protein timing and source matter. Here's a simple tool. Center your first major meal of the day around a leucine-rich food source. Animal proteins like eggs, beef, poultry, and especially whey protein have the highest leucine levels. Just 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine, obtainable from approximately 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein, is sufficient to activate the mTOR pathway and initiate muscle repair. For a more expedient method, whey protein isolate is one of the most effective options. It contains leucine and other essential amino acids in optimal proportions. This is why athletes and clinicians working with older citizens increasingly turn to it for rapidly restoring muscle function. Restoring neuromuscular communication. This isn't just about recovery, it's about reconnection. After consuming leucine-rich protein, there's more happening between your brain and muscles than just growth. Communication is being restored, a biochemical dialogue between your nervous system and muscle fibers. And the faster that conversation resumes, the quicker your legs begin feeling stable, strong, and alive again. Next, let's discuss the second vital component of this equation, acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter that physically orders your muscles to move, and the specific food that replenishes it faster than most supplements. If you're finding these insights helpful, consider giving the video a like. This helps us provide science-backed strength tools to more people who need them and signals to the algorithm that this information matters. The role of acetylcholine in muscle movement. Whenever you decide to move, stand, take a step, rise from a chair, a signal travels from your brain. But that signal doesn't communicate directly with your muscles. First, it's converted into acetylcholine, a chemical messenger. Acetylcholine is the neurotransmitter responsible for neuromuscular transmission, the specific way a signal in your brain translates into muscle action. Without sufficient amounts, your muscles won't fire properly. They misfire or simply fail to respond. This fact becomes increasingly significant with each passing year. Studies show acetylcholine production and receptor sensitivity gradually decline over time, particularly in motor neurons related to the legs. This is one reason why minor balance lapses or delayed muscle responses become more common in advancing years. The importance of choline for acetylcholine production. Here's where the science gets interesting. Research demonstrates that choline, the precursor to acetylcholine, can rapidly restore signaling capacity. A review published in Nutrients in 2012 emphasized that increasing dietary choline can improve acetylcholine production in just 6 to 12 hours, particularly when the brain is actively demanding motor coordination. What food provides this advantage? Eggs. Specifically, the yolks are the most abundant natural source of choline. Just 2 whole eggs provide over 300 milliliters of choline, which converts to acetylcholine and helps restore the motor control pathway. This isn't merely nutritional trivia, it's a working protocol. If you experience tremors, instability, or decreased power when walking or standing, or if your legs seem slow to respond, try this simple morning routine. Consume 2 whole eggs about 30 minutes after waking, preferably alongside a leucine-rich protein like whey or cottage cheese. Why? Because acetylcholine synthesis tends to be naturally low after sleep. Morning is when motor neurons are most receptive to nutritional input, precisely when they need it most. You're providing your body the raw materials needed to re-establish neuromuscular command. Have you ever noticed feeling more confident in your steps after a protein-rich breakfast? That's not placebo. That's your central nervous system firing with greater precision. Additional benefits of choline. Choline does more than support muscle. It upgrades the communication channel between your brain and legs. If you follow a plant-based diet or don't consume eggs, quinoa, Brussels sprouts, and soybeans are also good choline sources. However, egg yolks offer the highest bioavailability, how efficiently your body absorbs and utilizes the substance. Additionally, acetylcholine doesn't just activate muscles. It plays a significant role in learning, memory, and focus. So when you restore acetylcholine levels, you're enhancing both physical control and cognitive clarity. A double win for positive aging. Blood flow and leg strength. Let's explore another crucial link in this chain. The relationship between blood flow and leg strength, and a food that improves circulation so effectively it's being researched as a potential natural treatment for vascular dementia and performance fatigue. If you're committed to restoring your strength and clarity, hit subscribe. We're just getting started, and each segment builds on the previous one, providing tools designed to work in your everyday life. Imagine trying to grow a garden with a kinked water hose. No matter how fertile the soil or how much sunlight you provide, plants won't thrive. This is exactly what happens inside your muscles, particularly your legs, as we age. Arteries and capillaries supplying our lower limbs often become more constricted and less responsive. When blood flow becomes restricted or inefficient, it hinders oxygen delivery, nutrient transport, and waste removal. 3 essential components of muscle function and recovery. The result? Legs that feel heavy, tired, or slow to respond. Even with adequate protein and exercise, poor circulation can subtly undermine your strength. Nitric oxide and blood vessel dilation. Nitric oxide, NO, is the primary molecule controlling blood vessel dilation. This naturally produced gas in your endothelial cells, lining your blood vessels, communicates with your vessels, telling them when to widen and allow more blood flow. Beets are one of the most potent natural boosters of nitric oxide production, which heavily depends on your diet. Beets, especially when consumed raw or as juice, provide dietary nitrates that your body converts to nitric oxide. A 2015 study in the Journal of Applied Physiology found older adults who consumed beetroot juice experienced significant increases in leg muscle power within hours. This gain was particularly noticeable in fast-twitch fibers, critical for balance and fall prevention. These weren't marginal improvements. The benefits were substantial enough to measure in real-world movement tests, including walking speed, chair stand tests, and stair climbing. Using beets to improve blood flow. Here's a simple tool. About 90 minutes before physical activity, consume 1-2 medium-sized beets, or 250 to 300 milliliters of beetroot juice. This allows nitrates to convert to nitric oxide and begin increasing vasodilation. Want to enhance the effect? Combine this with 20 minutes of light activity, walking, gentle cycling, or dynamic stretching. Movement itself powerfully stimulates nitric oxide production, especially when your body is already saturated with dietary nitrates. Think of it as increasing pressure and priming the hose simultaneously. Some people worry about beets' sugar content, but their glycemic load is relatively modest, and the performance benefit far outweighs any spike, especially when consumed before activity. You can also pair them with protein or high-fiber greens to help manage this. If you're finding this information valuable, consider subscribing. Rather than overwhelming you, we dive deep into evidence-based techniques like this one to equip you. Every video aims to deliver scientific information you can implement immediately for increased strength, sharpness, and bodily control. Final recommendations. Here's your next step. Simple, clear, and highly effective. Starting tomorrow morning, begin your day with a beetroot smoothie. Include a protein source like Greek yogurt or a vegan alternative. Shortly after drinking it, take a 15-minute walk. This primes your blood vessels, triggers nitric oxide release, and initiates muscle signaling. Then, within 30 to 60 minutes, consume a protein-rich breakfast. The science is clear. Even small interventions like a single nutrient, a short walk, or a well-timed meal can produce rapid, measurable changes in how your body performs and how you feel, particularly in your legs, which aren't just your foundation for movement, but a mirror of your metabolic health and vitality. This isn't just about leg strength, it's about momentum. As you continue implementing these strategies daily, you'll begin noticing something subtle but significant. You don't just feel stronger in your legs. You feel more capable, more energized, more steady, more like yourself. Give this specific regimen a try and see what happens. If this video helped you see your body and potential differently, please like it, leave a comment, and subscribe to Natural Health Secret. Our community exists to help you not just survive, but truly thrive by providing evidence-based tools benefiting your mind, body, and life. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you regain your strength and confidence with these simple, powerful strategies.